Okay, hi everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I am Janet Dorencott with Jadeco, and I am here with Nicole Neff to talk with you guys about the benefits of working with a staffing company. We actually had this meeting a couple of days ago and have some questions still lined up from that. So we'll address questions at the end. So if you do have questions, feel free to use the chat. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Nicole.
Awesome. Hi, I'm Nicole, Dental Dynamic Staffing. So I'm kind of going to just go over who I am. Dental Dynamic, my background, I've been in staffing for about 30 years now. Started my company back in 2004. Really, I started I was in staffing prior, and I was knocking on a bunch of businesses in my local area trying to generate staffing, and every dental practice I walked into, they needed hygienists, they needed dental assistants, they needed dentists. So it kind of stuck in the back of my head forever, and I just decided one day it was well needed, and I started a dental staffing company. So we are currently placing dentists, hygienists, dental assistants, AFTAs, front office, and even back office staff. So basically, let's kind of dive into this. What type of practices do dental staffing companies usually staff for? Private practices look, DSOs, which are your, Aspen, your Heartland, your larger group practices. We staff for specialty offices, public health. We do a lot of mobile dentistry, and we do some government contracts out there as well. So that's another, exciting opportunity to kind of look into. There's several types of staffing companies out there currently, so I really want to educate everybody on all three of them. Full service, those guys are the staffing companies, and that's what Dental Dynamic does. That they're paying the temporary employees. They're W-2ing all of their employees at the end of the year. We're taking care of unemployment, payroll taxes, the whole 9 yards. We're credentialing every single applicant and every single team member that we basically place out. So that's really, we're covering all aspects. There's referral-based staffing companies, and what that is those, usually it's a smaller dental staffing company, and basically the dental office is responsible for paying the temp directly. They usually don't have liability. Sometimes you have to stand around at the end of the day waiting to be paid because the dental practice is paying you directly. So you really kind of want to know as you're researching staffing companies and, know what type of practice and staffing company that you're working for. There's a new online kind of dental matching. I call it like dental dating service, really. Little sketchy because they're not always credentialing every single applicant when they go out to the work. When dental offices need to identify like talent, they're looking through this whole pool of applicants, and you never know what you're getting. They kind of are matching each other up with different positions. So there's a lot of legwork that has to be done. As I've been researching some of these, some offices, they don't know how they're paying them. Are you getting paid as a 1099? Are you getting paid as a W-2 employee? So there's a lot of different things going on. So what I can tell you when you're looking at different dental staffing companies, make sure you know all three of these, and the full service staffing company is really what you want to, look for to make sure you're completely covered as far as liability goes. Also, what's really important, you need to know how do you get paid and what is that pay, what is that process? Dental Dynamic, we have our timesheet processing is pretty easy. You log into a portal, you log in your hours after each day, and you hit a submit button, and then the client, the dental office you're working for, they approve it. So it's such an easy process, and we pay everyone through direct deposit. So some offices are paying, or practices, dental staffing companies are paying by check. So you really want to make sure you get your money. And another good question that you need to ask. So, why do dental offices use staffing companies? Primarily, they use dental staffing companies because it's such a time saver in this day and age, and we're so busy right now in this, crazy time that we're dealing with right now. Practices don't have time to place an ad, go through 15 million resumes, make sure they're credentialed, make sure you're getting the quality. So, a lot of practices are going to staffing companies because we do all the legwork for them. They do a lot of, they want to bring people in on a temporary basis and kind of do like a long working interview before they hire them. They use us when they're short staffed, sick leave, long term leave. We do tons of maternity leave, vacation coverage, jury duty. If you just need a day off, and practice expansion. A lot of the hygienists are actually practices are using us to increase their office production. So maybe they need an additional hygienist for the day to kind of get their recall caught up. So a lot of practices can't commit to an extra hygienist to bring 2 hygienists on, so they use us staffing companies to kind of supplement their employees. So there's lots of different placement options. There's temporary. Those are usually the last minute emergency type situations. We talked a little bit about the temp to hire. That's kind of like try before you buy. A lot of our temporary opportunities turn into full-time opportunities. So sometimes the offices don't tell the staffing company that they're actually really looking for a full-time staff. And then the temporary employee goes in and they fall in love with them and they want to make them an offer, a job offer right away. So temping is a great opportunity to really put yourself in front of offices and get hired. And then we also do the direct placement as well, where the staffing company just acts as the liaison between you and the dental practice. So how can staffing companies help dental professionals? I would say the biggest one is the flexibility in their schedule. You can kind of choose when you want to work. If you don't feel like working this week, you don't have to work that week. My newer grads and some of the people who've been out of the field for a while, you can go into different temporary opportunities and you can learn what you like and what you dislike. New grads, you're going to gain confidence, you're going to gain experience, you're going to gain speed, and just knowledge of multiple different practices and different operations. And temping really helps my newer grads with salary negotiations. So you can actually talk about an actual salary that you made. And I always recommend to all of my new grads, give them a range. I'm making anywhere from $30 to $35. Now you can actually, when their doctor's making you an offer, you can actually give them substance to talk about. So that's great. Referrals are our best compliment. Everybody loves referrals, but we staff nationwide. Some of my newer locations that I'm working with, Colorado, for instance, we've been booming in Colorado just because all of my dental professionals and my offices are talking about us and the services that we've provided. So, gosh, if anybody knows any office or if you need a replacement for yourself that day, definitely keep that in mind. If you're in our database, we'll give you a $25 gift card. So it's a great opportunity to make some additional income. So this is a short and brief presentation. I really, want to thank everybody. Please scan the barcode located right here. We're excited to be able to, offer this to you. I'm all about trying to get as much information to all of my dental professionals as possible. So if there's anything that you really want more knowledge about, feel free to, write that in the chat. And we're excited to be here to offer you, some more dental knowledge.
And with that, we did have some questions come in, a couple on this one and several from the other day that I'm going to go ahead and ask you. So first of all, how do we hear about opportunities?
We have multiple ways we tell our candidates about opportunities. Once you're in our database, we'll send out mass text messages and mass emails letting you know the different opportunities, whether it's temporary or whether it's a permanent opportunity. You'll receive a text message, and if you're not available for that position, you can just let us know, hey, not available, or I'm excited about that opportunity, and then one of the recruiters will give you a call right back.
Okay, another second question. I don't currently have my own malpractice. Am I covered under your company?
You are. And I think that's the important thing when you're actually talking to different staffing companies. You want to work with a company that has 1 million, 3 million now aggregate. You are totally covered. If anything would happen in that office, you have the protection working with Dental Dynamic.
Does your service cost me anything?
Our clients actually pay us to find them good quality people. So this is a free service to all of our applicants as they're searching for jobs. Another tip I want you guys to really make sure you're keeping an eye on and ask these questions when you're interviewing different staffing companies, because some staffing companies do charge their applicants, and you want to find a firm that basically is going to work for you and provide you guys a great service.
Okay, great. What happens if an office I temp at wants to hire me?
Well, we get excited about that because that means we did our job right. So if you basically temp at an office and the client wants to offer you a position, you just need to let your recruiter know that, and then we'll work out the details and get you started at that practice right away.
Okay, what happens if I am not available anymore for work or if I find a job on my own?
If you find a job on your own or you're not available, all you need to do is call one of the recruiters and they'll make you inactive in the system. Dentistry is unique. A lot of the private practices, doctors go on holiday for a week, and their employees are left without work that whole week. So I have to say, most of the people in my database, I have some of them I haven't talked to in years, and then all of a sudden they're calling me and saying, hey, can you put me on the schedule because my doctor's on holiday this week. So it's a great opportunity, to kind of always stay active in the system if you're looking to pick up any extra hours or make additional money.
Great. Okay, a few more questions. I'm located in New York. Do you place people there?
We do. We currently staff offices nationwide, minus California. So if any of you guys are on from California, sorry, we're not there yet. But yeah, we place offices nationwide. We're constantly growing. So we have new opportunities coming in all the time, both on the permanent and the temporary side. So it's great. And we're really going after the government contracts. So that's super exciting for us as well.
Okay, this one, I worked as a referral in the past and had to chase down dentists for payments. Does DDS take care of that problem?
Okay. Another thing I really want you guys to be educated on, the referral staffing company, you guys make sure you know that, because that's when the dental practice is actually paying you. Most of the time they're paying you as 1099, which means they're not taking care of any of your payroll taxes. With Dental Dynamic, we're actually taking care of all of it, so you don't have to worry about it. But the referral-based companies, I hear people telling me all the time, I have to stand around at the end of the day, kind of uncomfortable, waiting for my paycheck. So, offices aren't liking to do that type of service anymore, and they're trying to shy away from it. But if you do end up working for a firm that basically offers that referral, know where you're at. You need to keep track of every single dental practice you work at, because you're going to need to file your taxes at the end of the year. With us, you get a W-2 and it's just easy. There's nothing you have to do.
We have time for a few more questions. How many clients do you have?
Oh, geez. We are adding clients daily. We have, I don't know, over 500,000 clients, I would say. So we're pretty large in the dental space. Dental Dynamic has been doing it for over 16 years now. So we're getting really well known, and we're really just getting word out. We're passionate about what we do, passionate about our applicants, and passionate about our clients. So we're constantly adding to our database.
Okay, that goes along well with this question. If I scan this code and register in your database, does that commit me to working for you?
You're not committed at all. Only if you really want to work is when the commitment comes, and it's easy. So we'll basically send the message out to you. If you're available, definitely let us know. If you're not available anymore, you just want to give the office and one of the recruiters a call, and we'll make you inactive in the system. And if you want to be active again, you just give us a call and let us know that. So you're not committed by scanning, but what it does is you learn about all sorts of different dental opportunities that we have.
Okay, last question. How long does it take to find me a job?
We're pretty quick on the draw. So in fact, my sales team here are pretty awesome. So depending on the location that you're at, you'll start hearing about jobs immediately. But once we have great candidates, we start, outsourcing and reaching out to different practices in certain areas to kind of expand the base of services. So we can get you placed pretty quickly.
That's great. Okay, well, with that, we're going to go ahead and close this out. I do want to just encourage people to go ahead and take their iPhone or your QR code scanner, scan this QR code, and that'll take you to the page where you can enter into the database. Also, if you are interested in learning about jobs as they come up, follow Dental Dynamic Staffing on Facebook, follow our YouTube channel. We have a lot of very nice videos. I know that Nicole and several of the recruiters in here post regular videos, and follow us on Twitter too. That'll help keep us everyone posted. But I want to thank everyone for joining us today. We will be sharing this video, and we will also share the slides if you're interested.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Stay safe.